Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is we discuss psychological, emotional, and coaching-related topics on a consistent basis, or at least we try to. We've got over 400 of those available for you to listen to on a variety of topics. Hopefully something you like. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and hopefully it's helpful to you. And so if you're looking to kind of strengthen your relationships, that's kind of what the next two audios are going to be about. There's two ways to do that. You can reach out with me on YouTube here in the About Me section of the page, and my website is there. You can kind of get in contact with me that way, or PO Perception on Twitter, and you can get in contact with me with a direct message there. Anyway, so this is a subject about toxic friends and or toxic relationships, and when to know it's time to lean, kind of lean in that way. Um, you know, at the end of the day, a toxic relationship is one that's only beneficial to one side or one person or the agenda of one party. How do you know if you're dealing with that? We're going to run through about 8 things that indicate a relationship may be going toxic. Number 1, they don't share news about themselves, things that are going on, and or they don't care about you sharing your news. So the bond of sharing and trust and desire to connect is central to a healthy relationship. So when that bond of connection begins to erode, it's necessary to begin to look at the possibility that you may be entering into a toxic relationship. Now, obviously, that requires it to be a continual, consistent thing that is addressed. Hey, I feel like you're pulling away from me. Hey, I feel like you're not being honest with me. Hey, I feel like I'm missing out on parts of your life. And the person sidesteps it or denies that it's happening at all. When there is no resolution to those types of emotions, there's a good chance that the relationship has become toxic or unhealthy. Next, your intuition will tell you. If a person has less than pure motives, you may not be able to identify or articulate why you feel the way you feel, but you begin to feel uncomfortable around them. You'll begin to feel like, hey, I'm interacting with this person, and it just doesn't feel right anymore. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel healthy. It doesn't feel useful, beneficial, or like we're both going to walk away from this stronger. And so that, along with the raising of your own stress level, can be an indicator that, in fact, the relationship has become toxic. If you're constantly stressed out or you're kind of desiring to not be around the person, and or you kind of in advance kind of dread dealing with the person. So you may know you have to see Bob on Friday and or Mary on Sunday, and you're just like, it's Wednesday and you're dreading both of those interactions. That's because at some level there's some point of toxic interaction in those relationships that you may not want to admit exists, especially if you have a long-term friendship or a long-term connection with them. But the reality is, and I can remember being in a relationship not terribly long ago where I would wake up not wanting to even imagine dealing with the person, and that was really difficult because they were in close proximity, and yet I would try to make things work, and it never got better. Matter of fact, the more you try to force something to work, the harder it is to ultimately come to resolution with. The next is it hurts your self-esteem to deal with the person. If you walk away feeling like you need to doubt yourself or there's something wrong with you, or you're broken, or you're less than, or you're not the type of person that you used to be, or that you never understood, or that you feel like a bad person when you're done dealing with that individual or that interaction, there's a good chance that you've entered a toxic relationship. Good relationships at least make you feel temporarily comforted. In an ideal situation, they make you feel or allow you to feel supported. And when that never happens or almost never happens, then there's a very good chance, higher than average, that you're in a toxic situation. The next is They want to talk more than they want to listen. So the investment of the relationship being mutually beneficial and helpful is the requirement for that is real simple. It's we need to know, we need to feel, we need to think that a person cares as much about us as we care about them. Without that, there's problems, lots of them. And so it's necessary to kind of look at how things can play out, and kind of looking at that from they're willing to listen, they're willing to hear me, they're willing to invest in helping me solve my challenges, they're willing to celebrate with me when things are going well. Um, that's a kind of a good relationship. So when there's no investment, it's a sign that things have become toxic. So the next is drained. If you just feel tired after dealing with a person, if you just feel like I'm dealing with you, but I really don't want to be because I know at the end I'm going to be tired, I'm going to be exhausted, I just feel like um, you may gain something from this, but I really don't. And before I leave you this time, I'm already dreading the next time I have to deal with you, and I need to go home and recharge, and I need to take some time for me. That's a sign that you're in a toxic situation. The last is you feel used. You look at the relationship and you realize whether it's your time, your energy, your effort, your manual labor, your money, your support, your ear, you feel like they're using you while you begin to just really feel, more and more disconnected from being invested in them. It's okay for you to outgrow a person. As a matter of fact, it happens a lot more than people want to realize and recognize. But if you're not willing to be honest with yourself, then you will eventually end up in an unhealthy situation. So hopefully, this has been helpful to you. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.